All right, let's dive right into this. This is a topic about the Joker and the Batwoman TV series and how that TV series has put a massive spotlight on the media's hypocrisy and how they pick and choose in a disgusting fashion what to attack. Now, to give you a basic summary of what's going on, because I'm sure most of you don't watch Batwoman. I don't either. It's just something that popped up. I was watching someone's review, and just based off of the reactions and little clips within the episode, I had to research the episode. I think it was like a week ago. This episode, not the newest one, but like a week ago, where it involved this person trying to kill mad people on a train, hundreds of people on a train. Really dumb. I can't believe a show this bad with this poor of quality is still getting viewers. It is mind-numbing. Anyhow, long story short, the chick was lashing out at society, trying to she hacked something where she was going to release everyone's secrets online. She was trying to extort like the governor or mayor, some shit like that. So she's doing all this crime, and Batwoman catches up with her. And the chick is like, I did it because I'm gay. My parents are disowning me, blah, blah, blah. And so Batwoman just lets her go. And then they have this whole, the whole story's about Batwoman being gay and coming out. And it's so over the top. And I don't know. It's so bad, I don't even have words for it. Now, here's the thing. If there's people that are into that entertainment, good, go. I just hope that somebody somewhere is creating Batwoman content that'll actually be, of substance and not just targeting a specific little group of audience. And that isn't even the LGBT ABC community. That's literally a small portion of that community is obsessed with that. Self-obsessed with that, and it's not the whole community, because everyone I know can't stand it. Like, they look at that and they're embarrassed. Anyhow, so moving on to the Joker. Now you have that lineup of that villain who was never arrested and was just let go. This female who struck out at at society, because society and the views and apparently of how that has corrupted her parents, and they were going to write her off and disown her and yada, yada, yada. So let's look at the Joker. And the Joker's a character that the media came out with a insane, wild, blind rage, because here was a white guy who was shit on by society, and he lost his it's the Joker, but let's just say he lost his shit and he attacked back at society. Essentially, that's what he did. Only killing a handful of people, but a beautifully well-crafted movie about an iconic, legendary pop culture, iconic character. Expertly done. A masterpiece, in my opinion, because I'm not focusing on with this blind rage and racist hate towards a white guy. I don't care what color his skin is. I personally think racism is disgusting, and it's troublesome how racism in the past and in the present, it's around and it's alive simply because people justify it. That if you break it down to its core in the past, it existed and thrived for as long as it did, and it still is sprinkled throughout our community. Not the majority, but the minority of people that are actually racist. It's only alive and well because people justify it. To the core. There's other variables in there, but to the core, that's it. That's how it succeeds and thrives. And that's what we see people doing with the Joker and white people now. Even SNL with their stupid skit about white male rage or something like that. So when you take that and you realize that it really truly breaks down, when you break it down to the root, the Joker, it's because it was a white guy shit on by society who then attacked back. And now on Batwoman, we get a villain who is essentially being shit on by society. You know where I'm going with this, right? Boo-hoo-hoo. And she attacks back. Almost attempting to kill hundreds of people on a train, like 400 or 500 people on a train, which they wrote it off as, oh, I wasn't going to stop the train. I wasn't going to kill them. I was going to stop the train, blah, blah, blah. Then she tries to extort people. She tries to put people's docs, 1 million people. I don't know. in that Gotham, I don't know how many people live there, but let's say it's a lot, you know? Then she tried to extort money from the mayor, other people who didn't directly affect her or attack her, but it's society as a whole. So essentially, if you break it down, now, if you want to split hairs, I'm sure there's a fan in the comments right now that's headbutting and spazzing and spitting like crazy, attacking their own keyboard to tell me about splitting hairs with the differences. No, because it all boils down to root things. You can boil shit down to root things. Now, it's not the soul, but it could be the main. Like, for example, my analogy with racism existing for as long as it does and still existing today, cropping up or whatever the words you want to use, but the root core of it is justification. Now, that is found within all the other variables. So you can break it down to something, but that's it. It's people justifying it. And that's what we got today. You got people justifying the racism for whatever they want towards white people. White guys, essentially, it breaks down to, which is, I don't know. It's so stupid. It's so intellectually inferior. I mark my words, in 20... allergies are kicking my ass today. Ever since I moved down south, so forgive me. In 20, 40, maybe 50 years, the majority of people will grow as far as intellectual, and they'll look back to this timeline, and they'll be like, I'm ashamed and embarrassed. The way we often look back in history and we go, what were they thinking, bro? They were so, what's the word I'm looking for? They were so, you get what I'm saying. Like the way people thought at certain times, certain traditions, and in the past, they were so close-minded. In the future, mark my words, you can fight it, you can argue, you can attack, go nuts. You can't stop it. In 20, 40, 50 years, at a certain point in time, people will look back at this point in history, in entertainment history, with politicians, comedians, with the Twitter nutcases, and they will look back in shame at the closed-mindedness and the justified hate and racism towards a certain group. And it doesn't matter, and don't give me all this polished rhetoric bullshit that you're trying to say, oh, well, no, racism really is only broken down, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm a simple person. You're not going to convince me otherwise, other than racism is disgusting in any form whatsoever. I don't care who it is directed at. Bottom line, I don't care if it's a bad person. Racism, bottom line, disgusting, and it shouldn't be tolerated. Now, the thing with this blind hate and rage towards the Joker and the media and the hypocrisy, this character and this storyline, and this is just exactly as we expect, with blinders on. They don't even notice it. I'm sure some of them picked up on it, and they're kind of like, man, I hope no one points out the obvious relation between this outrage and this, which should be outrage all the same, and the Joker, if the Joker is outraged. For me, the Joker isn't. You can have a character, I don't care what he does. It's a character in a movie, TV show. It's for entertainment. I don't care how bad. I mean, I come from, ever since I was really young, being a massive fan of the horror genre. So you're not shocking me, and I made fun of this on a live stream last night, but a lot of us in the horror genre, some of y'all are just catching up to us. We grew up with female leads. Alien Ripley, I mentioned this before, in horror. We have Sarah Connor in an action. We have Lara Croft for our video games. I mean, I could go on and on with there's got to be at least some, I'm even forgetting about, 10 to 50 female leads that we grew up with, respecting, loving, especially in the horror genre. The Final Girls, Elvira, whoever your personal tastes, wherever they lie and fit. But those girls you grew up with. Again, the horror genre is so great for that. But a lot of us look at certain people like Brie Larson when they go, hurrah, the first time we're doing this and that with females are finally in the forefront, and we're thinking, well, yeah, you're just catching up. Why are you trying to, you know what I'm saying? You should have come on over to the horror genre. We'd love to have you in the lead because we don't care. As long as it's a good story, as long as it's got good story, interesting atmosphere, visuals, villains, yada, 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 all that. Just put something that's entertaining and enjoyable. It's all we need. We're simple creatures. I got to get this face is distracting me. Let's put something better on the screen. There we go. So when it comes to the Joker, when you boil it down to its core, you have a person who is mistreated by society and then lashes out at society. And then you have another person on in a DC world. It's Batwoman's show this time, but her villain, which is funny if you think about it, because the Joker is Batman's villain, and then you have this villain. And at least in the Joker, they didn't shy away from it. He's the villain. I mean, he did evil things. Like, no one's saying, oh yeah, he totally was justified. No. But if you look at certain people propping up the Batwoman in this character, because she's gay and not a white male, she's justified. She's justified in attacking a train. Now, here's another crucial thing. Even if this person was going to definitely stop the train in time, which if you watch the episode, there's no way that's even possible. It stops like this. The train's coming, here's a wall, and it's like, bloop, I stopped. People would have got hurt without a doubt. I mean, force and... Anyway, I was on a bus banging drums like a little idiot, a little reject, and the bus hit another car, and I flew fucking like 5 seats forward. Listen, anyway, reality's a bitch. Anyhow, even if she was going to stop the train, the idea is she was willing to risk hundreds of lives just to lash out at society. No different than the Joker, mind you. The only difference is it's okay that she did it. It's okay that she tried to extort people, tried to release other people's secrets. It's okay because she's not a white guy and she's gay. So that makes it okay. She's no longer a criminal. She's no longer evil. It's, oh, you poor thing. Yes, lash out at us. Yes, let's support that. Yes, attack us because you're gay, and it's okay. And like I said, I haven't directly gotten on the phone with my gay friends and been like, yo, listen to me. Tell me the goods. But I touch base with them every other week. They are ashamed and embarrassed. They aren't the mouthpieces for the entire LGBT whatever community. Like I said, there's certain cliques, certain groups within certain groups that enjoy certain content that are focused on a specific thing. Some people just, their whole life is about their sexuality. That's fine. Go do your thing. But what I think what causes the most friction, or what helps cause the most friction, is you get certain people that go, okay, well, no. It's not good enough for me to have my own little movies and shows with that. No. You need to have that in your movies as well. I don't fucking want that in my movies. I don't care. I just did a stream last night talking about, I'm a straight dude, chick with a banging body. I mean, fire in the Jason Voorhees remake. Just showing it all. I mean, showing the goods. And my response was, get to the killing, bro. This is wasting my time. Yeah, nice rack. Let's move it. No, let's move it along. So when I sit here and say, when my personal tastes aren't aligned with a story that's so focused and drenched in someone's sexuality, it's boring and dull, and I don't care for the most part. Sometimes it works and it's good, and there's certain movies where it actually works and it's good. I'm sure on my Blu-ray shelf, I got a number of movies where I can't even think of it because it's done so well. It's so organic. It's not even something that's crammed in your eyeballs and they waterboard you with this information. But when it comes to even straight people and blah, 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 I don't care. Get to the meat of the movie, the enjoyable aspects of the movie. Get to Jason. I'm not here for nice looking titties. I'm here for Jason. So move it along. And I just want to clarify that for those who are going to say anything negative like, oh, well, you don't like that, Ronnie, because you hate gay people. Let me move the camera as I close this out to Ellie, who's gay as fuck and cool as fuck. And we'll close this out. Listen, leave your thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. You could just say whatever you want at this point, but what do you think about the Joker fiasco and how it relates to a character that is, to its core, the same as Joker? Someone who lashes out at society. But he's not a white guy, so it is okay, and they should be praised. Yikes.